One of the hobbies that I'm a really big fan of is fighting games. I personally don't play them that much, but I love to see somebody who's put in hours or days or at some points even weeks of practice time and fight on the highest level. There are some characters in older games where they couldn't patch or balance, where those characters are OP or broken, where they can pull off infinite combos and essentially the other opponent has no chance. And it got me to thinking about the Umbrella Academy, because there is one character in this show that is completely broken, and I'm going to talk about it right now. First of all, thank you for clicking on this video. I understand that you want to get to that Umbrella Academy goodness, but before you do that, if you click the thumbs up button, it helps the visibility of this channel. Also, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, or even comic book movie reviews, click that subscribe button. And last but certainly not least, if you want to know as soon as I post anything, hit that notification bell. You'll know as soon as I upload. So the Umbrella Academy Season 2 has been out for a few days now, and I was going back over the events of the season in my head. And I was thinking about the characters, what their journeys were, that sort of thing, because that's originally what I wanted to talk about, kind of like a Season 2 recap. But then I got to thinking, what if I talked about the one character that was super OP in the entire thing? The problem that I have with Vanya is that from Season 1 and Season 2, they have always treated Vanya like she's the bomb, like she is the one person that they all have to worry about because she has all of this power and it's seemingly unchecked. Which in a way is somewhat true, but at no point while I was watching this was I looking at Vanya as if she was the person to be feared, even with the revelation that she kind of triggers World War III. She's technically not the reason that the apocalypse happens. She's just kind of the catalyst as to why it comes about. But there's two people whose powers are a little bit OP. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Five. Five has power over time and space. And he's the reason why we're able to navigate through these apocalyptic times, because he's able to go back in time to try and prevent it. Now, we get a lot of Five in Seasons 1 and 2, although we really don't get any kind of journey that he's going through, any kind of development in Season 2. In Season 2, he's still this surly, sarcastic, angry old man trapped in a little boy's body. Entertaining? Yes, but he's still somewhat frustrated that he hasn't gotten the mastery of these powers yet, which is why whenever he talks to Reginald Hargreaves in the 60s, he gets a little bit of insight where he says, stop trying to leap decades right off the bat. Start small with seconds. I mean, a lot of things can happen in just a few seconds. But I wish we would have gotten to see him work on that through the season. They just used it as a way one time to help him get out of a pretty severe bind. But still, he's not the most powerful out of all of the Umbrella Academy kids. The most powerful is Allison. Allison has the power to, if she says she heard a rumor about something, it can come to pass. And in Season 1, I was under the impression that it was as long as it was in the realm of plausibility. But in the opening of Season 2, she heard a rumor that she was about to blow their minds. And then their heads exploded. Just inexplicably, they exploded. And this made me realize that whatever she says happens. It's probably the reason why they had to incapacitate her voice towards the end of Season 1, because if she just heard a rumor that the apocalypse didn't happen, well, oh my gosh, season's over, she's won. Now, before I get into the other examples, you have to understand that she's fighting for civil rights in Dallas in the 1960s at this time. So, in a lot of ways, it's the civil rights movement versus a whole bunch of stubborn white people. And in various examples, she heard rumors that they were going to let her husband, who was black, try on anything she wanted in the store, or she wanted to be served at this whites-only diner, so she heard a rumor that he was going to serve her, and this, without giving away other things. That that somewhat happens. When you have the power to not only manipulate people's free will, but you can cause unexplained things to happen just because you speak it, you're not a comic book character at that moment, you're a god. If you can speak things into existence, that is not just a kind of cool power that they, barely show. That's a show-breaking event. The fact of the matter is, I completely understand now why she doesn't use it as much as her brothers and sister use their powers in the show, because that power is absolute. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And you can see that corruption seeping in when she's at that diner and she's telling the owner to pour coffee, but she doesn't tell him to stop. And she says more and more. And you can see she has that corruption seeping in. It's there. It's knocking at the door. It's ringing the doorbell. It is scarier than anything, in my opinion, Vanya has to bring to the table. Because Vanya is like a child wielding a handgun. A child has no idea how powerful and how dangerous that handgun is. But Allison has been talking her entire life. She knows exactly how powerful that bazooka is. And she's a surgeon with that bazooka. That is freaking scary. So it's really interesting that she uses her powers more in season 2, but how are they going to use this in season 3? Because with that opening scene in season 2, she's God. And how do you write a god? Anyway, that's my talk on the characters and why some of them are kind of broken. Let me know what you thought about this in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and I heard a rumor you're going to subscribe to this channel. Share this with your friends, and as always, this is Cameron with CB Reviews. We'll see you next time.